And welcome back to Dungeons of Chaos playthrough. When we left off, we were in the Cursed Tower of Xerxes the Lich. Oh, exit of the main menu here. We are wanting to talk about the Facebook group. If you have not joined that, go ahead and join the Facebook community. A lot of wonderful people there. A lot of wonderful feedback. If you're stuck somewhere and we haven't covered it in the video series, ask the question there. We'll respond. The WordPress blog has a lot of wonderful information also about the classes, playthrough, class advancements, and some other information, and also the progress of how the app was developed. That is a good read from Volker Elzner. And of course, the Kickstarter campaign is going to be running through the first week of September. Now, the minimum pledge is $1. If you want to support getting the expansion in Chapter 3 and beyond, feel free to jump into the Kickstarter and donate. Let's go ahead and get back into our game here. Now, when we left off, we realized that the Cursed Tower was really cursed, and that some stairs lead up but actually take you down, and some stairs that lead down take you up. So it's a little bit of a reverse day, and we just made it to our next level that we are going to be exploring, and we have a couple of specters here. We're going to try to minimize our risk to ourselves instead of having back-to-back encounters here. Let's run them on auto until we get within range here. And let's go resist evil and holy roar. Now these should go pretty quickly. Let's keep resist evil up just to make sure our fighter stays alive and in top tip shape here. Well, holy chance about to fall off. There we go. Now again, we only have a level 1 holy chance, so we got 1 use per day. If you've leveled that up, you should have more than 1 use out of that. Alright. Alright, now see, we circled around just a little bit and we avoided the specter. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to enter that. If we got 1 space between us. If we open the menu, he's going to get an opportunity to move, and we're going to take that encounter. But we're making it up here. The specters, this entire little series has been whooping our butts. And we ran into another issue. We went down back the same steps we went up, and we found ourselves in a new location. So, I don't necessarily want that. Let's see if we can rest and not be bothered. And then we'll go back up and continue exploring. We're trying to get our skills reset here. And again, this is kind of the Cursed Tower's trick here. We try to go back to safety and we find ourselves in maybe a little precarious situation. Now, let's go back. Now... here we go. That put us at the Lich, and we don't want to be at the Lich yet. We still have a couple of floors to explore, and me waving my finger around just ran us into the Lich automatically. That was dumb of me. Now, it did save as soon as we went through the stairs, so essentially what we can do is we can make a good attempt here. But if we die, we can always do that old life etch-a-sketch and reload our saves. But let's see how we fare against the Lich right now. Alright, now our fighter kind of went straight for the specters and not the Lich, so he might be in trouble a little bit. Yep. Well, let's go ahead and take this loss and reload. Since this wasn't what we were trying to do immediately. Xerxes is putting a hurting on us. It is just him. Surprisingly enough, our casters and our rangers actually stood the ground and did quite a bit of damage. They took those 2 specters out all by them lonesomes. But Well, let's just go ahead and see if our druid, being the last man standing, and the Xerxes, we find out, can summon support. Again, that was a little bit premature. We still have quite a bit of the tower to go through. So let's go ahead and load this up. And let's just go back down the stairs that we were at. Now this is where we were at previously. We don't want to go that way. So let's go ahead and pick up what other items we have here. Looks like this is a zombie level, so we might be in fair condition to explore this, get whatever loot's on it, and see if we can't get back down to where we need to be. And again, the zombies, we don't need Holy Chan up for this, although it kills them a heck of a lot faster. We're just going to leave this on auto, let our mages and melee fighters and our ranger and rogue do their thing. And we already got that skeleton. Let's come up here and around here. Not much there. Should drop like flies. Yeah, they do drop pretty quickly. Let's see, crossbow, not quite in range for a crossbow. Some easy zombie killing. Principles of resist fire that I help with our proficiencies. And then we have the mage staff and a cape that are unidentified. Let's keep walking down here. Let's get this last little zombie here and we'll skirt the room and go down those other stairs, or go up those downstairs. Ta-da! Another successful battle. And again, our guys are about ready to level up. So, making the mistakes of backing up and finding another level that we haven't gone through isn't really a mistake. It's just that it'll benefit us in the long run. Fighter's doing pretty good, taking up all those zombies. And we got a level gain here. Let's go ahead and knock that out and then continue to carry on. Alright, Ranger. Talent points. That's always lovely. Evasion. That's going to be even better. Like every once in a while, I'll just go into my inventory and sort it. That's a personal thing. It's all cluttered, looks like a mess. I want to get that sorted. It doesn't look like we've missed anything here. All the skeletons have been looted. Well, let's go down that staircase. Although it's probably going to take us up somewhere. Alright, I'm not sure if we've been to this location yet. So let's go down. Now we have been at this one. We have cleared this out. This is going to be that forge room. So while we're at it, let's go ahead and rest up so we can get back on track and find out where we need to go here. Now when we were previously at this little forge room, we did exactly the same. Came up those stairs down here, went across and went actually up the stairs. And it took us into where we needed to be, which is going to be that specter right there. Let's go ahead and knock him out. Now, that's 2, not 3, so we should have a fair advantage here. Let's just go ahead and throw Holy Chant, Resist Evil, throw Heal. There we go. Holy Chant's kind of an easy button, and once we get that started. Now, our eyes diminish. Let's throw Wizard Eye back up and look for some loot here. 4 items. Yeah, decent amount of loot. We're going to have to go identify before we approach that the lich one more time. Longsword. Hopefully this will be better than what we have currently. Alright, and I always like to trim the edges here, see if there's any secret hidden passages. Doesn't look like there's going to be. Alright, and let's go up that way. Where's it take us? Oh, it's kind of in a loop here. Alright. Let's go ahead and throw up light again. Go up. Alright, so we're not going down over there, although I'm clicking here. Trying to illustrate and clicking at the same time. Let's go down the same steps, which takes us down here. Now we went there and we looped back, which took us in the wrong direction. So let's go up one more time. And this is going to be the Lich. So we are actually clear of the tower. We just have to fight his angry butt. So let's see if we can get around him a little bit. And it looks like we have inventory there we can take. Oh! No! Alright, what I was trying to do is get around him to the side and get to that other staircase. But since we have it going here, and I really do think that we've already used our holy chant, so we are at another strong disadvantage. So we may have to bite the bullet on this one and reload and backtrack out of the tunnel, because I do want to take a brief moment and get the our inventories clear, whatever increased better items that we have found. We want to keep those, but we don't want to take that experience penalty. So let's just go back down. Let's run over here. Let's go back down. Alright, and let's go up. Nope. Now we're in a loop. Okay, now this is the 9-room one. We know if we use the exact same stairs, it will take us where we need to be, but that's not where we want to be. So we're heading back down. It looks like we're at our cursed steps here, so we actually may have to take this set of steps one more time, because we're trying to get out of this so we can run to town. Alright, we need to go down. Yep, there we go. Now this is going to be the second floor, the first floor, and we should be clear of the tower. Now, we have abilities, talent points, and abilities to train, and we have lots of loot on our persons to take care of. So, right now we are about to finish that Lich out, but we're just going to run the town, do a little bit of party maintenance, train some skills, and then we'll jump back in at that Lich and see if we cannot, see if we can take his butt down and keep moving towards getting that orb. I'm just running over towards the shelter because Parnos has a nice little trick, and we are running out of daylight. I think I might be on the wrong section of the map because we're looking like we haven't been here before. Yep, we're a bit too far north. We're north of the Shelter Mountains. So let's go ahead and bring us some light. Run back over here. And go more south. I think we hit the mountains and I ran the other direction. We'll round out right here. There we go. And there we have. There's the shelter. Alright, so I'm going to quickly show you what Parnos can do. if you have not discovered this yet. He has a shop function, special function, identify. He can identify 22 of the items at a 0 price. This will save you money. Use him often, but he doesn't sell. He knows what our junk is, but he doesn't want our junk. But Pobs? I'm going to assume Pobs. If you pronounce him differently, don't shoot the messenger. He can buy things. So let's go ahead and let's go one by one. Let's go ahead and sort. Now we don't have anybody using daggers. We don't have anybody using short swords. We do have our fighter using one-handed swords. And right now we're at 1 to 59 slice, 1 to 13. So let's see if we can find something of that goodness. This one is similar. It has cold damage. That is always lovely. A little bit of critical hit there. It has force and pierce. And that boosts the strength. Yes, it'll be a dex increase. 20% to undead. That's what we're looking for. That is what we need. So, I don't care about any of the other stuff unless we have something higher with a percentage to undead. We're going to throw that on him. Yeah, it looks like the damage to undead is what we're going to take. Now, there was one that had ice damage, cold damage, and slows by 6. It's one-handed. That is good for everything else, and it's a nice little increase. So I'm going to throw that in our stash. And then let's see here. Claymore of Adroitness. That's another big damage. Now, granted, the Lich is physical form, and he does take physical damage. Just not that much, but that is why we have Holy Chant, and we will be using that. Now let's go back through some of the other items here. Now we do have a decent bow, or crossbow, on our Ranger. We're going to keep that for him because 45 to 135 with a bleeding chance, that's actually pretty good for him. Now our Rogue, you know what, I think we're going to flip this bow off of him real quick, and let's just throw that little broadsword that has freezing on him, and we'll carry on here. Go to our Druid. We have a couple of really nice staves that we have found, and he can also use a mace. Too bad that mace doesn't have damage to undead, or we'd send him to the front lines too. Alright, Masterwork Mage Staff of Consecration. Now this this has some lovely damage to undead, which I think he already has a little bit, which is 20. So let's throw that on him. We'll have to jump to the back of our thing here. Now, we're not going to be using that. We're not going to kick that over to anybody, I think. I think we might. Actually, I tell you what, I'll send that to my cleric. And we have a couple of other things here. Stun chance, not that much. Boost the mana. Let's go ahead and give that to our mage here. 1% increase, that's pretty good. Yeah, something similar. And damage is just a little bit better. Incremental increases. That's all we need. Just a little bit to push us over. Alright. Now we did have some big two-handed clobberers and slicers here. Now this does have damage to undead. Now granted, we have a nice sword to undead. I'm half tempted to put this on our fighter. That would actually do him pretty well. We just need, I think, 1 stat, and that would make him equipable. Yep, that would. So we're going to be using that gore acts of lustration. Now, granted, all your items that you've found so far may not be what I have. Well, actually, they wouldn't be what I have. So, this is what you want to go to arming up for this fight. You want damage to undead. You want some big items, lots of damage. But you want to keep your protection about you. Alright. And that's another thing. Our rogue has that one. This will be the cold damage. We'll kick that off of him and put the that on him. But I don't want to clutter up and lose anything in our inventory at the moment. So let's continue with the current situation. Alright, now there are some nice bows that our rogue lacks strength for. And the same way with crossbows. Of course, he can't use a crossbow. He's a wrong class. We have to upgrade him to an assassin or a marksman. But this bow is a lot better than what he was using. And since we're going to stick a sword on him, we'll throw that in the stash for the time being. And let's look at armor increases for him. Now, we do have a couple of beefy pieces of armor back here for our fighter. I think that's going to be our best choice here. Yep, chainmail, 29, 22, 12, and that's going to change that. Although it's going to drop our critical hit just a little bit. I think raw damage deduction is going to be what we're in need of right now. Almost anything's going to be better than that leather armor for our ranger. So let's go ahead and toss that on him. In the same way with our rogue, unless we got a nice magic armor. That's another, nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, so let's go ahead and equip him. Now, since we have that damage to undead 46 on that staff, our druid does have armor. So if we have another piece of armor that is a little bit better, we'll throw him on there. It's like they're all 12 to 7 right now. Yep. Not much of an increase there. Let's look at our mage. He currently has 210, so any of this is going to be good. Now this does boost health, but he needs mana more than health, so we'll equip that one. And we'll throw this one on him. Then before we jump into capes, this is going to be critical hits. Yep, that's going to be better for our fighter. Resist poison 2/2/2. Not really anybody needs that. We can throw it on if anybody has a lower one. Yeah, it looks like they all have a little bit better than that. Yep. Yep. Let's leave that alone. And then hats, helmets, headgear. 664. We got something a little better. 986. Yeah, so it'll be that one. Equip. He's got his little speed boost hat that he inherited, and let's keep that on him. 4, 3. Let's boost strength. Let's go this. Boost his strength so we don't have to sink a point into it for other gear. So let's keep that going. Now we got another pair of gloves. Yeah, let's resist magic. Let's equip him. We're going to throw these if we can. Yep. Throwing hand-me-downs around, which is perfectly fine. Can't wear gloves, can't wear gloves. And this does get a little bit of tedious. Yeah, a little bit tedious going around, but this ensures survivability of our team members. And we definitely want to ensure survivability. I know our rogue needed a belt, and that had critical hits. That one has critical hits too, critical hits. Alright. We're going to throw him up here. He's going to be going to the front lines too. Should be good boots. inferior skull belt. Doesn't do much. Just nice and fancy. Boots. Big upgrade there. Let's flip those boots over. Amulet. Fire resistance. Magic resistance. Speed increase. That's going to be pretty good. But he's going to have damage to undead. He has critical hits, 3/3 armor. He has evade 4/4. Let's see here. Pretty good resists. And our mage and our cleric has that. Yeah, I'm going to say with our cleric, let's give him a speed amulet. That way you can throw some heals a little bit more. We got our rogue. Let's throw a dexterity ring on him. Now we're back into the things that we've already taken off. I always think this is funny. It's a perfect wedding ring, and just to make you slower and instead of reduce your health. That is a good joke. You don't want to be married in Dungeons of Chaos. Alright, that has gone through all our necessary items. Let's go ahead and sort out which one is going to be the most expensive, just to see what it was. And of course, it's the wedding ring. And that sells for how much? 7 G's. That's an expensive ring. That is a real expensive ring. Alright, let's go ahead and off our inventory. 26,000, nice. Nice. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw that big clobbering axe over there. We're going to change out swords on our rogue. We're going to throw these back in the stash. There we go. And we're just going to see if anything fit-wise. Let's see, got any bows over here? Nope, doesn't look like. Got some big beefy army there. But we're the wrong class. It is okay. Alright. Another two-handed claymore. Big sword. I tell you what, it's wrong class. Okay. That's a funky thing here. When I think of rangers, I do think of two-handed swords. I mean, look at Strider in Lord of the Rings. He's a ranger and speaks Elvish, and he had a big two-handed sword. There's a dagger there. That's a huge undead bonus to that, but we don't have anybody running around with little tiny swords. Yes, you consider our rogue a hobbit if we want to keep with the Lord of the Rings themes. Alright, looks like we don't have much of an increase on anything, so we are good to go. We're going to back out of this. Now, we have geared up. We need to train a little bit. Now, I have a big hunkin' axe on our fighter. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw a couple more points into two-handed axe proficiencies, because right now I'm at 10. And as we battle a little bit, that proficiency will jump up, because right now he was at, what, 19? We're on par with our one-handed. That is good. And our one-handed for our rogue, he can take a couple points there because he's at a level up. We're going to keep him on the bow, I do believe. And if we're going to move our druid up and have him whack some things with his staff, let's get him a bit of some proficiency here. Alright, and these other 2 points I'm going to throw into spells. Alright, so we don't have talent points for our fighter. Our ranger, I'm going to level out his dex. There's a couple of other skills that we can train for him too. Not that increase. He's get his strength there. Alright. Spell wise, it is always good to sink into healing. Now granted, druids have a cap on the healing, I do believe. But it's always good to throw that in there. And of course, if we are dealing with incorporeal things, we want a little bit of magic damage to go out. We're right on that cusp of getting that new proficiency level there. So let's throw that there. I don't remember if we let him learn the frostball or not. We did throw a couple in the frostball. It was always handy dandy. And I think that's going to be just about it, because I don't think our mage can learn resist evil, can he? Nope, he can't. But I am going to throw a couple more talent points into here, because we will pop that over to the next proficiency, and there we go. Now we cap because of magic lore. And we're 1 point away. Now what we can do is we can use that 1 point in magic lore. Train. And let's get that resistance up just a little bit more. Back up. Ta-da! Alright. Now while we're thinking about it, that's our mage little skill points here. We can throw that. Yeah. We train that. Wizard's Eye? I think we're going to be better served with another point to unlock. Alright, so we are geared out, we are healthy, we are ready to go. Join us in the next segment as we take on the Lich and hopefully defeat him and kill him pretty quick. As I'm making my way up here, go ahead and feel free to join the Facebook community. If you are happy with Dungeons of Chaos and you're enjoying the playthrough, you're enjoying your playtime, please support the Kickstarter campaign. Let's get Chapter 3 rolled out and supported. And again, if you enjoy the videos and like this walkthrough and playthrough for the game, go ahead and give a like and share. The Dungeons of Chaos community goodness needs to be spread around. Tell your friends, family, co-workers, if they love retro 2D RPGs and want a fit of nostalgia, they can go ahead and pick up Dungeons of Chaos for pennies on the dollar and have hours of fun. Again, join us next time as we finish our battle with the Lich.